Hi there, this is July 21st, 2017. Let's see, today is a Friday, and honestly, I didn't really see anything really historical going on in the news. Um, the weather's been nice, hot, and sunny for the most time. We had some interesting rain yesterday, which was nice. Let's see, where were we? So, in my reading, I'm in the book of Hosea, almost ready to get done with that. And also just finished up 3rd John, so we'll be heading into Jude. That's my personal stuff going on. Coming up in about roughly, more or less, a little more than a week, I'm going to be helping out with a computer and robotics class with a bunch of little kids. It's going to be fun. With my friend that works at one of the better private schools here is the technology teacher, and I'm going to be her TA. So that'll be wild. It'll be like a summer camp experience. Which means I may not necessarily be posting something every day. I noticed I've been doing that this week. I'm not exactly sure how often I'll be posting. I'm not going to let it go a whole year in between videos like I have been. But if it goes a few days or even a week without something, you'll know what's going on. I'll try to get something up relatively regularly, though. So yeah, there's that. In world news right now, we've got Comic-Con going on, but I haven't really seen that much about it on my usual sources of information. It probably is what it is, and as stuff trickles out, we'll find out. Let's see. What about other stuff? Let's see, Middle Earth. I'm going to grab out my Lord of the Rings thing and see if we've got anything going on. Now, according to the post I did the other day, Bilbo had met Gollum in the Riddles in the Dark chapter, and then, of course, right after that it was the spiders and they get captured. So I believe at this point in the Hobbit history, Bilbo would be wandering around inside the Elven King's palace trying to figure out a way to, like, bust the dwarves out of jail. And I don't think that the dwarves are aware of his presence yet. Now, as I'm telling you this, I'm looking at my Tale of Years in my copy of The Lord of the Rings. So, by the way, this is, I made the cover for this. This paperback was the Millennial one that came out it's a 1-volume when Fellowship came out. I had earlier had the 70s reprint of the Ballantines, the ones that had Tolkien's own artwork on the front. This one has the Nazgul scene in blue on the front of it, but I thought since it's the red book, I made my own cover, so it's actually got a red cover, sort of based on Tolkien's artwork for the front section, and then the rest I just kind of put on the poem of the ring. So, all right, Tale of Years. Okay, let's see if I can get some idea. See, Second Age, Third Age, because honestly, they don't get into by days until the quote Great Years, which is 3018, which is when Lord of the Rings basically goes on. So, here we go. What they've got is July 10th, Gandalf imprisoned in Dorthanc. And I believe I covered that all right. So, coming up through August is around the time that Gollum went missing, and the elves and Sauron's servants are running around looking for him. So that starts around August, so we can pretty well assume that around this time he's making his escape plans in Lothlorien. So, that's about the main thing going on. So then, of course, at this point, Frodo is in the Shire, wandering around, trying to figure out whether or not he actually is going to wait for Gandalf to move or not. And he's pretty well decided that that's what he's going to do, and it's actually almost a mistake. So, by the way, I'm trying to double check when do they get back? Should be 3019, and I think I just overdid. I closed the book, and I shouldn't have closed it just yet. Give me Appendix D again. Yeah, I know I'm not much of a Tolkien geek. So, yeah, actually, I read through the entire thing about 5 or 6 times. The last time I read it was, doing the math, about 3 years ago. So not that far ago. By the way, that reminds me, I have to get some audiobooks copied because I borrowed them from the library, and unfortunately my player does not play them right. Library copies frequently have scratches in them, which gets annoying. You get into the book and then all of a sudden it stops working. So much as you hate to violate copyright, the best way to make sure you're actually able to enjoy the audiobooks you borrow is to stick them in your computer, possibly try and make a copy of them, and then listen to the copy. So I know the ethics on that are dodgy, and I probably shouldn't go there. But it's either that or you only get part of your listening in, which is a pain in the butt, but what are you going to do? Let's see. Oh, yeah, we have something here for July 19th. This is after the War of the Rings. King Theoden sets out, well, not living, his funeral. It's the funeral pyre, getting ready for that. So, yeah, after the war, they're dealing with all of that stuff. And that's kind of the beginning of the trip home, because right after Theoden's funeral is when Frodo goes home. So, yeah, that's my Lord of the Rings news on that one. Okay, let's see. And, construction's still going on. If you looked at my earlier videos, you know that we have a lot of construction going on. Did that record? Like, the construction barrels that were in front of the corner I walked by, those are basically done. There's some cones left, but the barrels are gone. And the work was done, like, within a couple days of when I showed you that. So, but then they went across the street. And that's a crosswalk, and that's about a 3 or 4 lane highway. I mean, that's part of East Main. So that's a pain in the neck. On the one hand, that brings up something I was going to bring in this vlog, and I almost forgot to bring it up. They upgraded the crosswalk lights for the blind. We had your traditional ones. You push the button, you wait for the light. And we had them on both crosswalks, because you have a 2-lane street running this way and a 4-lane street running this way, and they both are marked with crosswalks. So you push the button, and it used to be just you wait and it goes off. They put in a button on the 4-lane side for the blind, and they took out the other buttons, so it turns it into you just have to wait for it. Now I saw a problem with this. Now, my problem with this is this. It's great that the one for the blind is on the 4-way street. Very, very smart. What this does, it's got a touch-sensitive panel. You press it. A voice says, wait. Like my computer's doing, because my computer's stalling on me. A voice says, wait. And then, at the time that the light changes, the voice will tell you, the light is now on to cross. And then you can go over, and of course it does, and it literally makes a ticking sound so that you can hear it. But what about the other side? The other side is just a regular buttonless crossing now. You don't press anything, you just wait for it. But there's no voice. Which makes me wonder, they have these voice stops all along East Main now, which is great. But what about buttonless stops? The ones that you're supposed to just wait for because presumably, they don't need to be, they're less frequented and therefore they don't need to have buttons. If you're blind and you're depending on this voice and this ticking sound to help you cross the street, and there's nothing to press and no voice, they're just relying on the fact that you're listening for those cars going by to know whether or not there's a car there. Well, there's a couple problems. First off, a lot of the modern cars are quieter, especially your hybrids and your electrics and things like that. Secondly, just because there isn't frequently traffic there, there is traffic there, and that pass leads directly into that larger highway and directly off of it, both ways. So you're blind, and there's no cue to help you understand when you can cross it. It's only two, because, oh, it's only 2 lanes and supposedly it's not as busy. It may not be as busy, but any busy is enough if you can't see the danger coming. Am I right? They've got the danger warning on the big one, but they don't have the danger warning on the little one. I think that's a little inconsistent. I mean, I understand that you want to set stuff up for someone with a disability, but you got to be consistent about it. And this is especially sensitive to me because I know people with this disability. I know a couple, actually, and have over the years. I know people who are blind. I also know people who are visually impaired. So yeah. So it just, to me, it's not good. And actually, disability rights are something that I am sensitive to. So I'm probably gonna have a fun time editing this. I hate jump cuts, but this computer is occasionally seizing up on me. So anyway, this vlog has run about 12 minutes, which is fairly long. So I'm going to be finishing it off for now. If you have any comments, let me know. Still haven't got a lot of people watching. That's fine. But someday these things may be discovered. Who knows? So, anyway, love you all. Until then, further up and further in.